Welcome back to Evergreen Garden, where we grow smarter, healthier, and more productive gardens together. If you love working with nature instead of against it, you are in the right place. Before we dig in, make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop a comment sharing your biggest organic gardening win or challenge, because your experience helps this gardening community grow stronger. Organic gardening is not just a method, it is a long-term partnership with soil, microbes, insects, and natural cycles. One of the biggest rewards is that organic gardens improve season after season, producing stronger plants, better harvests, and fewer problems over time. Organic soil becomes richer and more fertile with each growing season. The true foundation of any successful organic garden is soil that continues to improve naturally. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that provide quick but temporary nutrients, organic gardening builds long-term soil fertility. Each time compost, aged manure, leaf mold, or organic mulch is added, organic matter accumulates in the soil. Organic matter acts like a sponge, improving water retention while also allowing excess moisture to drain properly. Healthy soil contains billions of microorganisms that break down organic material into plant-available nutrients. Over time, these microbial populations multiply and create a balanced ecosystem underground. Gardeners who consistently apply 2 to 3 inches of compost annually often see dramatic improvements in soil structure within 3 growing seasons. For example, if you have a 10 square meter vegetable bed, applying roughly 50 to 75 liters of compost per season significantly boosts microbial activity and nutrient availability. Many gardeners notice that crops planted in the same enriched soil require less fertilizer each year while producing larger yields. Natural pest control strengthens as biodiversity increases. Organic gardens gradually develop a natural defense system against pests. When chemical pesticides are avoided, beneficial insects such as lady beetles, lacewings, parasitic wasps, and predatory beetles begin to establish stable populations. These beneficial insects control harmful pests by feeding on them or disrupting their reproduction cycles. Plant diversity plays a major role in pest management. Mixing flowering herbs, vegetables, and native plants attracts pollinators and beneficial predators. A practical planting ratio involves dedicating about 1 flowering plant for every 3 vegetable plants to encourage beneficial insect activity. Gardeners who introduce plants like dill, marigold, fennel, and basil near vegetable crops often notice a steady reduction in pest outbreaks within 2 to 4 seasons. The longer an organic garden operates without chemical interference, the more balanced and self-regulating the ecosystem becomes. Soil structure improves water retention and drought resistance. Organic gardens become more resilient to extreme weather as soil structure improves. Organic matter binds soil particles into stable aggregates that improve aeration and water absorption. This reduces soil compaction and allows plant roots to grow deeper and access nutrients more efficiently. Gardeners who mulch consistently often reduce watering needs by up to 40%. Applying organic mulch such as straw-dry leaves or grass clippings in layers about 5 to 8 centimeters thick helps maintain soil moisture and regulate temperature. For example, if a tomato bed normally requires watering every 2 days, adding proper mulch can extend watering intervals to 4 or 5 days depending on climate conditions. Over time, this leads to stronger root systems and plants that can withstand heat stress far better than those grown in exposed soil. Nutrient cycling becomes more efficient as ecosystems mature. Organic gardens rely on nutrient cycling, where plant residues, compost, and organic materials decompose and return nutrients back into the soil. As soil biology becomes more active, nutrients are released slowly and consistently, reducing the risk of nutrient deficiencies or imbalances. One effective approach involves returning plant trimmings, fallen leaves and crop residues back into garden beds as mulch or compost. For example, after harvesting beans or peas, chopping plant remains into small pieces and incorporating them lightly into the soil adds valuable nitrogen and organic material. Maintaining a compost system that combines roughly 3 parts carbon-rich materials such as dry leaves or straw with 1 part nitrogen-rich materials like kitchen scraps or fresh grass creates balanced compost that supports long-term soil fertility. Gardens that follow this cycle year after year develop stable nutrient reserves that reduce the need for external inputs. Plant health and disease resistance improves naturally over time. Plants grown in living organic soil tend to develop stronger immune systems. Beneficial microbes form relationships with plant roots and help protect against harmful pathogens. These microbes compete with disease-causing organisms and produce compounds that support plant health. Crop rotation is a key practice that strengthens disease resistance. Rotating plant families prevents soil-borne diseases from building up. A simple 4-year rotation plan involves planting legumes in year 1, leafy greens in year 2, fruiting crops such as tomatoes or peppers in year 3, and root crops in year 4. Gardeners who follow consistent rotation patterns often experience fewer disease problems each season. For instance, tomato growers who rotate planting areas every year commonly report reduced cases of blight and wilt diseases. Pollinator populations expand as organic gardens mature. Pollinators play a major role in increasing fruit and seed production. Organic gardens provide safe habitats for bees, butterflies, and other pollinating insects because they are free from harmful chemicals. As flowering plant diversity increases, pollinator populations expand naturally. So, weed pressure actually decreases as soil health and mulching practices improve. You see, weeds tend to thrive in disturbed or nutrient-imbalanced soil. But in organic gardening, the focus is really on soil coverage and stability, which over time gradually suppresses weed growth. Consistent mulching blocks sunlight from reaching weed seeds while also, improving soil quality. Applying mulch layers immediately after planting reduces weed germination significantly. Gardeners who maintain mulch thickness of 5 to 8 centimeters often reduce weed growth by more than half within 2 seasons. Another effective method involves planting cover crops during off-seasons. Crops such as clover or rye, they compete with weeds while adding nutrients and organic matter to the soil. When cover crops are cut and incorporated into the soil, they enrich fertility and improve soil texture, making it harder for weeds to establish. Long-term sustainability reduces gardening costs and labor. One of the most overlooked benefits of organic gardening is the reduction in long-term expenses and maintenance workload. Gardens that rely on composting, seed saving, and natural soil fertility gradually require fewer purchased inputs. As soil health improves, plants grow stronger with less intervention, reducing the need for fertilizers, pesticides, and excessive watering. Seed saving is a practical example of sustainability. Gardeners who save seeds from strong, healthy plants often develop varieties that adapt specifically to their climate and soil conditions. Saving seeds from the best-performing 20% of plants each season leads to improved crop resilience over time. Combined with compost production and natural pest management, organic gardens become largely self-sufficient within a few years. Organic gardening creates a self-regulating ecosystem that improves productivity. The greatest advantage of organic gardening is that it evolves into a balanced ecosystem where soil life, plant health, insect populations, and nutrient cycling work together naturally. Each season builds on the previous one, creating stronger biological networks that support plant growth. Gardeners who stay consistent with composting, mulching, crop rotation, biodiversity planting, and organic feeding often report yield increases of 20 to 30% after several years of organic management. Organic gardens reward patience and consistency. The longer these natural systems are allowed to develop, the more productive and resilient they become. This is why experienced organic gardeners often describe their gardens as becoming easier to maintain and more rewarding with time. Organic gardening is a journey of building life beneath the soil and balance above it. If you found this guide helpful and want to continue growing a thriving, productive organic garden, make sure you subscribe to Evergreen Garden and share this with fellow gardeners who want long-term success. Drop a comment below and share your organic gardening experiences, tips, or challenges, because learning together helps every garden grow stronger year after year.